Greetings, travelers, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Golden Sun, presented by Draco Breach. Last time I started with the single element classes, and this time I'm going to skip straight ahead to the 3 elemental classes. Now, I cannot do the 2 elemental classes because they actually require that I have all 7 djinn of each element. So we're going to have to skip that for now. I already have it set up for the basic beginning. The basics of the 3 elemental class is that you have an affinity, in this case fire for Isaac, earth for Garrett, water for Ivan, and wind for Mia. The other part of it is carefully swapping around whether you have an opposite or a neutral element as your 3rd element. Now, how does this make 3 elements? Simply because Ivan is, as his base, an earth element. So right now he actually has equipped, in a sense, 1 earth element and 3 fire elements. And the same goes for Garrett, Ivan, and Mia. They have their base class, their base starting stats starts with 1 element, their personal element equipped. So, how do we go from here? Well, right now I can actually only show off 2 more classes per character, and again, lots of repeats. In the case of Isaac here, he can either have wind or water equipped. So let's start with wind. So we'll go over here and swap out. It would help if I'm paying attention for these. Now, what this will get him is a class that we've actually seen previously, but it's not going to show any change until we actually get there with the final wind element. And we set that, and we have the ninja class. As you can see, as you saw previously, this is a very powerful class to be in. It has a lot of very powerful stat increases, and the synergy that he gains from it are very powerful. Now, he doesn't have utility because he doesn't have any way of healing or changing status effects, changing statuses. So we have a ninja class here. So let's unequip those actually, right quick. The other thing that he can do is equip water, and we'll see what that does right quick. And upon setting the 3rd water, we change to a dragoon, and this is also another very powerful class. It probably has the best, second best attack in the game. The best attack belonging to a class that we won't be able to go over until I have all 7. But the samurai is better than the ninja in a lot of stats except for agility, and some might argue it might be a better fit. Actually, it's kind of hard to compare to the ninja here. I might throw up some percentages on screen to show a difference between them, but honestly, the samurai is pretty good, especially since you have the Ply and Wish series, and you have quite a bit of utility, honestly, as far as being able to make sure that your party stays alive and in good health, basically. But we are done with Isaac, at least for now. There is one 3 element class that I cannot show for any of the characters, and I cannot show any of the dual elemental classes yet. Next is going to be Garrett, and we're going to see a lot of similarity here very quickly. Very, very quickly. So we have water equipped to him to show what he gets here, which is going to be the Dragoon class, which is an exact copy of Isaac in the Dragoon class. So I think we can kind of guess what's going to go on here, because I already said there is a lot of repeats. So, and the Ninja class, with a lot of the same things here. The Ninja class is actually quite nice to have around, just keep that in mind. Yeah, Ninja and Samurai are two highly recommended classes, and you can actually have them both on your team. But there is a small problem that I will get into much later, like I said, when I get to team recommendations. As far as Ivan goes, starting with his opposite, Earth. Wait, did he? No, I didn't think so. We get the medium class, which has quite a bit of versatility as far as what you can see here. With Haunt, Curse, the Bolt series, the Froth series, Cure, Revive. So he's pretty decent as this class for keeping your team alive. This is not his best class. So let's unequip all those and go to having Fire. And when we equip Ember, we will see that we get the Ranger class. The Ranger class has some powerful spells, but really doesn't have all that much versatility. And honestly is kind of weak. It's not his best class. In fact, we haven't quite seen Ivan's best class yet. That is something that we will have to unfortunately save for later. So we have to unequip Fire so that we can go on to the final one over here, which is Mia. Now, she only has water. She has water equipped right now, so we actually need to do some trading to get her ready for the first class that we want to show off here. And when we equip Fire to her, she becomes the Ranger class. And again, the Ranger class is not all that great. But her Ranger class is a little bit stronger than Ivan's. Ivan is really just a bit of a glass cannon when you start breaking down his stats. But that is a discussion for another time. If we go over to Earth, this we will see that she becomes the medium class, and the medium class is probably, honestly, one of her better classes for her utility, for her. And again, like I said, I'm going to have to go over the various class dynamics when I actually start talking about party recommendations. For now, basically, you just understand the basics of building classes, and that's the important part, honestly. It's just to figure out what djinn to equip where and what it ends up getting you. Basically, the main thing to take away is the idea of same element, affinity element, neutral element, and opposite element. Isaac is an earth element adept. His same element is obviously earth djinn. His affinity is fire djinn. His opposite is water djinn, and his neutral is wind djinn. Garrett is a fire adept. His same is fire djinn. His affinity is earth djinn. I just got something wrong. Isaac's opposite is wind, and his neutral is water. Garrett's opposite is water, and his neutral is wind. And you start to see the breakdown here. Ivan is a wind adept. So his same is wind djinn. I could actually say Jupiter, Mars, all that, but I'm going to keep it simple. His affinity is water djinn. His opposite is earth djinn, and his neutral is fire djinn. Mia is a water adept. Her same is water djinn. Her affinity is wind djinn. Her opposite is fire djinn, and her neutral is earth djinn. And that is really how classes work, is that they are basically set up on that premise. You build classes by having a certain number of same, affinity, opposite, and or neutral classes. And really, right now, that's all there is to keep in mind, besides the stat changes. When I actually get to discussing party dynamics, I will go a little more in depth on the actual changes. This time I really wanted to show, give a basic preview of how powerful these classes can be, because they can really start to blow you away as far as their abilities, as far as the dynamic abilities of each of these classes. And to give you a preview of what synergy they have available and what kind of utility they might bring to the party, because that is going to be necessary to understanding why I make certain recommendations in party dynamics later down the road. Anyway, give me a moment, I will reset so that we can actually continue to get out of this desert this episode. Pardon me for just one moment. With that out of the way, I do believe we've seen most, if not all, the enemies in the desert. There may be something that I have missed. I hope I haven't. I might have to review my footage. Anyway, with the 6 djinn classes out of the way, and with only 4 classes per character remaining to go over, let's continue out of the desert. So right here we can actually use reveal to show a synergy stone. Now would be a good time to heal everybody, because that is a free restore to all synergy points. And of course I can't get out of the desert cleanly, right? Right. Yeah, fortunately there's not anything else left to collect in the desert. There's just, that looks like it would have led somewhere. Anyway, there's just 2 exits. Sheba is nowhere to be found. I wonder what happened. Should we search the desert once more or press on to La Lavero? What do you say, Isaac? Should we keep going? I think so, especially considering what I think has happened. Ah, yes, I had forgotten about your foes. And that's why I think we should press on. Our guard gate lies ahead. We can leave Sheba to the soldiers at the gates. Well, perhaps we should head there first then. There is actually something I want to show off. So once we go back into the Suhala Desert, you'll kinda see what I mean. And fortunately, I still have Douse equipped, so that'll be quite important. Well, no, actually it won't be. Like I was saying, actually having Douse equipped will not be important. As you can see, that tornado is there again, and we want to use Reveal. There is a reason that I'm going back to this tornado, despite the fact that There is a reason I'm going back to the tornado, despite the fact that I beat what was inside of it last 2 episodes ago. And that is because it actually does something for us. It might not be obvious, but it is a different color than previous tornadoes. All the previous ones were brown, and this one is pink. So what does it do? I am going to leave it alone and let it show us. We are on Crossbone Island. This is how we return here. Now, there's not much we can actually do right now, and the story will actually bring us very quickly to everything we need to completely clear it. So for now, I'm actually not going to go back to that room that we need Cloak for. I am instead going to end the episode right now and head back to Suhala Desert and leave for the gate that Eodem just mentioned. So for the time being, this will be Draco Breach reporting out. God bless and safe travels.